Buying a home can feel overwhelming, especially in a fast-paced market like Calgary. But what if we told you there is a way for you to take control, reduce the stress, enjoy the process? We're going to tell you all about that coming up. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Mark and Natalie Newstater with eXp Realty and the Atkinson team. We are based here in Calgary. Just so you know, our team actually services all of Southern Alberta, Lethbridge, Medicine Hat, Brooks, Red Deer. Where else are we? We're everywhere. Edmonton, yeah. We're kind of everywhere, yeah. So we're super excited to be telling you about our buyer process today, because that's the one comment that we've gotten from clients prior to using this process was, it is stress-free, or can be, right?
Absolutely. That's the biggest hurdle, is trying to find the right house in a right time frame and not be completely overwhelmed, because we all know it can be very overwhelming.
And that's our goal, is to reduce that stress, reduce the overwhelm by giving you clarity. So let's walk you through what our buyer process is like. The buyer consultation is actually our very first meeting with you, and it's about understanding you, your wants and needs, not actually about going to see homes right off the bat.
Absolutely. The biggest thing is it's typically a Google Meet. It usually runs 30 to 60 minutes.
Yep.
We want to understand your whys, your wheres, the things that you want and the things that you need. So it helps give us clarity so we can provide you with clarity.
Yeah, and what's prompting the move? Because we find with most of our clients, there's some sort of life change that's happened that has prompted them to want to make a move. Downsizing, upsizing, right sizing, having kids, losing a spouse, sadly, getting divorced. Those are all things that happen as a result of life change. And that is typically what drives real estate transactions. So we want to understand that better as well. And this just gives us a full picture. So we're not just chasing listings. That is the last thing we want to do. Should I tell the story now?
Tell the story.
Yeah. So way back in the day, before I understood things like this and got a little bit more gray hair in my beard, the most amount of listings, actually, before I say it, put it down in the comments. I'm curious what you think. But it was actually 30 listings, not in a month, in a weekend, guys. 30 listings in a weekend.
That's a marathon.
Yeah, it was a marathon, and I just didn't understand how to best help those clients. They did end up buying a beautiful spec home from a builder, but we don't want to have to make you go through that, because we can tell you from experience, 30 homes in a weekend, it is not fun.
It's exhausting.
So let's tell you about how this process saves you time and stress. Without this process, most buyers start reacting, and that's completely normal. They scroll those listings endlessly, touring random homes and second guessing everything. And we don't want you to do that. We want you to have clarity. Now, Natalie, tell us about how the consultation helps with that.
Well, the consultation helps us create a living wish list so that we can be adaptable about what you're looking for. The other thing is it sets clear search parameters, so we can identify what type of house, what neighborhood, if you have specific things for schools, etc. And it helps to eliminate options that may look good on paper, but really are not going to work for you.
Yeah, that is so true, right? Because that is the one thing about physically looking at homes.
Yes.
You just don't know until you actually go. But oftentimes we'll be able to say, actually, did you notice it doesn't have a main floor office?
Did you notice it backs onto Deerfoot?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You said you didn't want to back onto a major roadway, but in the flurry and the excitement of you wanting to buy a home, sometimes those things get missed. And that is what we do as your professional real estate agents. We help you cut through the clutter to find your dream home. So here are some real results from real people that I worked with before Natalie got her license again. So they contacted me. They were from Toronto. They were moving. Actually, their whole family was moving to Alberta from GTA. And so we did this buyer consultation process. I met them. We were first looking at homes in Okotoks, and then we shifted to Calgary. I think we looked at 4 or 5 homes that weekend. But the sad thing was they didn't find the home that weekend. But what happens when they go home? Of course, the perfect home pops up. Now, how is it possible to sell a home on FaceTime?
Shockingly easy.
Yeah, it's shockingly easy when you have your client's whole wish list, whole want list, whole need list, and a good understanding of the community. And so they ended up buying that home on FaceTime, and they've been repeat clients of ours, and we sure appreciate working with them. So yeah, even in that situation, in the most extreme of situations, that helps us get clarity. So even in the most extreme situations like buying a home on FaceTime, we can do it because we understand and you guys understand what is most important to you in that home purchase.
If you're thinking of buying a home in the next 3 to 6 months, this is a good opportunity for you. This is the best way to get prepared. The buyer consultation is completely free. There's no pressure and no commitment. Just clarity and a strategy tailored to you.
If you want to feel confident and prepared for your next move, book that buyer consultation today. There is a link in the description. We look forward to meeting you on Google Meet, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.